Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Homefront. Homefront is a program that has been designed to celebrate great women and young ladies that have done so well in their profession and in their chosen career, and also the Homefront. Today I'm having a special guest. She's no other person but Miss Faith Osayame Okurobo, a procurement and logistic professional, political scientist, gender inclusivist. She is from Edo State, Oriawo local government. Hometown is Oronugbe. She is from the family of Mr. Godwin Iyalekemen Okurobo, a tribe in Benin. She is also a logistic procurement officer. She works with African Nature Investors, ANI Foundation, as the procurement and logistic manager. ANI is a non-profit organization that partners with African government to conserve flora and fauna in national parks. Wow, Miss Faith, you're welcome to today's program of Homefront.
Thank you very much.
So how are you today?
Very well, thank you.
I know it's not easy because you're coming from a very far place. You're not based in Abuja, but I just have to drag you to the studio. I hope you're good with that.
Very well.
All right. So can you please tell me about yourself?
Well, as you already mentioned, I'm Faith, and I have a decade experience in procurement and logistic management. I'm a graduate of University of Abuja, political science graduate, and I did my MSc with Nigerian Defense Academy. Yeah.
Kaduna?
In Defense and Strategic Studies.
Okay.
I work with nature conservation at the moment.
Okay.
Earlier, I worked with construction in the construction industry, and I've had a few experience working with local women organizations, local women rights organizations.
Okay.
So generally, that's what I do professionally.
You're a professional when it comes to logistics and procurement.
Yes.
So how has the journey been so far?
It has been good and quite challenging, but with each challenge, it reveals your strength. So I tell people that I say challenges. Yeah, it could be stressful, but then like the eagle, I think this is another phase. This is another opportunity to fly higher.
Yeah.
So when I see a storm, I'm like, good, we're moving to the next level. So logistics comes with a lot of challenges. You cannot predict what's going to happen next.
Okay.
Like you can wake up one day and this is a plan, and the next morning everything has gone topsy-turvy. And working in the park, it's a bit different. You can have several kind of challenges that come up with drivers, with transportation, the roads, the river in the park, and all that. But it's a learning process. So if you're into logistics or you want to go into logistics, I will always advise, don't be afraid of problems. Actually, be interested in navigating problems. Then you will find logistics as something very interesting.
It's like you just have this passion for it, or you just find yourself in that profession?
Okay, my passion is for development.
Okay.
So right from the word go, I wanted to be in the development industry.
Okay.
But my first job got me into the construction industry, and that was where I got the opportunity to learn procurement and logistics partially. So I worked at Cetraco in the procurement department. I was able to grasp experience in the overseas, in the local procurement, and all other aspects of logistics that comes with that procurement. Then I got the opportunity to work with an NGO.
Okay.
That's the 100 Women Lobby Group and Change Managers International.
So what does that one do? What do they do?
100 Women Lobby Group lobbies for more women in governance.
Okay.
So they have 36 chapters plus the Abidjan Secretariat, National Secretariat, where they speak to legislators, they speak to governors, they talk to president, party leaders, and ensuring that the 35% affirmative action is carried out for women, to ensure that more women are carried along in governance.
Okay.
If you've looked at the Nigerian political system, you realize that there's a gap, a huge gap.
The men or the female, we don't have much there.
So 100 Women Lobby Group, that is one, their core duty is to lobby for more women in governance.
And have you people achieved anything by doing that so far?
Yes.
You sure?
There have been achievements, yes.
Okay, so the women are now coming into the politics, and also probably they are trying to balance it in the government.
Yeah, yes. We've had some, there have been some setbacks, some challenges, mostly with the constitutional amendments. We were hoping for the whole review. And the review would be able to constitutionalize having women, women position placed there. But it's a fight that one doesn't give up on. You keep pushing, you keep lobbying, you keep pushing, you keep lobbying. And of course, we've had women come out bolder. We've had women sponsors for political political parties. We've had positions that enabled young women to at least even step into the party system. Okay. Because the first challenge was having women even involved in party system. Okay. But having the women lobby, the 100 Women Lobby Group there, you have women lobbying, getting women interested, and guiding them on how to go.
I think the women are really doing well now, because we're beginning to have so many CEOs all there and all those ones. But let me quickly take you to one other question. I'm trying to look at as a woman, a young lady that has been on the top, and you've been seeing a lot of women going through one challenges or the other. And there must be a particular pattern that you have noticed all these years concerning women at work, in the workforce. So is there any other challenges you think, or you think there is a way they can turn around things to change the pattern from the usual way of doing things?
I'd like you to
what I'm looking at, I'm trying to bring here is that there have been these regular patterns, women just like, okay, I must be here, I can't go further than this, I just remain the way I am. Yes, you understand? So is there a better way for them to move higher, the new pattern that at least can change things from the way it used to be?
Yes, I was opportune also in my MSc to interview women in leadership in the Nigerian military. Okay. Because I researched the Nigerian military women in strategic leadership. Okay. So from my interview, from my research, I was able to gain knowledge that one of the ways that women can stand out in their career is to go into STEM. Okay. That's a science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Okay. If we look at professions that bring about major change in the world, they are more in the sciences. Okay. Catering is beautiful. Interior decoration is beautiful. Makeup artistry is nice. But if we really look at what makes the world change, if you look at like the last 2020, the COVID-19 crisis. Yeah. Okay. People that stood out with the doctors and all the medical and the scientists and all that. So for our young ladies, for students coming out of the secondary school and deciding to pick a career, one of the things we should encourage them is to go into STEM. For the girls, go into STEM. They should pick science courses. If they are good at it, go into technology, go into engineering, go into mathematics. So
that they can be able to get to the peak of their career.
Yes. Okay. Like I did a research on Nigerian military women in strategic leadership, and so from my research, some of my findings were that most of there are ceilings in the military ranks, and if you pick courses that are conventional, it places a ceiling on how far you can go. And if you don't let's look at the medical corps of the Nigerian military. In Nigerian military now, it's only a medical doctor that can rise to become the head
of the major general.
Medical corps. A nurse cannot rise to that position.
A pharmacist
A
can't,
pharmacist can't either.
Okay.
So if you look at, and if you see the women that have risen to Major General, they were medical doctors. So it will be good if we urge more women to look into such field. It's the ability to imagine and believe that you can actually do that just as well as men do.
But that's the fact.
I think most times we are so conscious about, oh, will I try? Maybe I'm not so smart. No, you are. As women, we are very smart. The gender brain, it's not, there's not differentiation.
Not the fish brain they are calling us.
There's no differentiation. When it comes to physical strength, of course, the difference is there. But when it comes to intelligence, women are just as intelligent. And we should encourage our girl child to go into fields that will endeavor, that will make them rise.
Okay.
Aspire higher. If you want to be a homemaker, it's beautiful. And it's all right. There is no judgment there, but if you're going into career path, I believe you should you should move for the best. You should go for what can take you higher.
Okay.
And we need more women in this space because representation matters.
Yeah.
The younger girl is looking at television. She's looking at who is the general, who is a governor, who is president, and if she can't see a woman fitting into that field, she might have challenges believing that she can be that. So having women thrive into that position gives hope for the younger ladies too.
You just reminded me of something. I was going somewhere with my daughter, and there was this siren coming. These what do you call these people, that the advanced team that were coming ahead. So she now said, "Mom, okay, the airport road." She said, "Mom, who are those guys, and where are they going to?" I said, "That is the advanced team of the vice president." She now asked me a question. She said, "As a young lady, can she be the president of this country?" I said, "Why not? If not." You understand? So that's what you just said now, is that she just got carried away when she saw the way the advanced team was going, and the feel. She just said, "Whoa, who are these?"
Can I be that too?
Can I be that too? I said, "Oh, I wish you can." So I will be happy, because at least they'll say that's the president's mother that is coming.
True.
So please, let's quickly go on a short break. So let's quickly go on a short break. When we come back, Faith will still be in the house. Please don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We're still on Home Front. I still remain your host, Blessing Onwaimuzi. With me is still Faith. Miss Faith, how? I hope I'm not putting you on your hot seat anyway.
No.
Are you sure you're good?
I'm good.
Oh, okay. You know, before we went on break, we were talking about the career of the women, where you can get to the ceiling, where everyone can get to. From there, let's quickly take it to somewhere else. You know, you are into this national park and all those, what do you call it?
Nature conservation.
Nature conservative. Okay. I want to look at it from that angle. What do you people really do, and how will you be able to fit into another life with that?
Okay, what we do is we protect the fauna and flora.
Okay.
Flora, the flower, the tree, and the forest.
Okay.
And fauna, the wildlife. And we realize that if we just keep on cutting down logging down trees just to build furnitures and houses and all that, someday we're going to wake up and we realize that we don't have trees anymore. There has to be a sustainable process in conserving these natural resources that God has given to us, because the tree plays a major part in the climate sustainability.
Okay.
The trees gather in the carbon emissions and release oxygen. So if we cut down all the trees around us, what we have is going to have a lot of carbon emissions and little oxygen. I know where that is going to lead us. When we talk about climate change, it's because of a lot of damage to the environment.
Okay.
So nature conservation looks into conserving this, balancing it. Okay, good and fine. These parks are reserved.
Okay.
It means that you can't go into log trees. It means you can't go in there to go and hunt and get bushmeat. No.
Oh, what this your bushmeat thing. I the other time the government was like, you can't eat this, you can't do that. There's an advert that is always talking about that. So you want to tell me that I can't go in there and hunt and get a meat for myself if I can decide to choose hunting as a hobby?
Okay, in Nigeria, hunting is not banned completely.
Okay.
But in the national parks, it is banned because those are reserved areas.
So the bush meat from that side, is it different from the one?
It's not. They are no longer bush. They are wildlife.
They are wildlife now.
Yes. And they have rights just like you.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So somebody goes there, you.
Yeah, be arrested. Yes.
Oh.
Yes, and fined.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Now let's.
Even herders are not allowed in with cattle. They have they have a specific
limits.
period.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can go and
graze your that's reserve area.
But right now it's seriously discouraged because when they come in there, they affect the wildlife. The cattle bring in certain things that might chase the wildlife away.
Okay.
So we need to raise tourism in Nigeria, and people want to see wildlife.
Okay.
We don't just want to watch television and all we just see is okay, that's a giraffe, or that's a hippopotamus, or that's an elephant. People want to see it. People go to Kenya. People go to South Africa.
Okay,
people go to Zambia. We want same thing in Nigeria.
Like a tourist site, something like that.
Great, exactly.
Okay. So now let's take you away from the work and your career, and then let's quickly talk about you, Faith. How do you relax?
I like to read. Okay. I love music.
You love music.
Yeah, and I watch movies.
Oh yeah.
So those ways they help me relax.
So that means you like quiet time.
Yeah, I do.
Do you cook?
Yes, I do.
You cook. So what's your favorite food?
I love beans.
You're the second person I'm having on this show, on this program that talks about loving beans so much that she can take beans money.
No, not like that.
But you love beans. Okay.
Yeah, I like to mix beans with all kinds of food. Beans and rice, beans and yam, beans and potatoes, beans and maize. Yeah.
You love beans.
Yeah, I like beans.
So, but I think there is a special way you cook your own beans that makes it very interesting.
Yes.
Different from the regular cooking.
It's okay. It might be a normal way, but maybe it will not be a restaurant way. I like tomatoes and pepper a lot in my beans. I like fish in my beans.
Oh, so when am I coming to eat? When am I going to your house to eat?
Whenever you're ready.
And then I will take some home.
Sure.
Oh, that's great. All right, Faith. Now let's quickly look at your parents. Will you say that what you've achieved so much was influence from your background?
Very much so.
How?
Very much so.
Okay.
I grew up watching my parents work.
Okay.
Like, I remember when I was serving, in my department, I've been like the only couple that goes to work regularly, like every day.
Yeah.
To the government agency. And some people are like, what are you, they're not even giving you work to do. Why go to work? I said, I've never seen my mom sitting down at home. She worked with the ministry. And I can't remember coming home and see my mother say, okay, because it's a government job and she's not going to work. Or my dad maybe not going to work because maybe he wants to feign sickness or something like that. And the bills are always paid on time. So I watched my parents have a good work ethic.
Okay.
And good financial management. We won't say we are rich, but we were content. So I see my mother manage funds, I see her manage funds for other people, and it played a big role on how I see money and on how I manage money also. So yeah, watching my parents work had a long way to long bearing on me.
Oh, that's a good one. So the background has been there from the beginning, from the onset.
True.
That's great. So, but do you take time out to travel, visit your parents, and spend some quality time with them?
Yes.
And you now decide to go to the kitchen and say, "Let me cook a special food for daddy and mommy."
Sometimes. My mom loves to cook.
Okay,
a lot.
Because you're coming to visit, so she won't want to stress you. She will want to do it for you, so that mother's food is always one of the best.
Yeah, and she likes to cook.
She likes to cook. You're very quiet, you know that you're very quiet. So that means you don't like noisy people around you. How do you cope with them?
Oh, my job is a noisy job.
So you're used to it.
Yeah, I'm used to noise.
You're used to
it's
noise.
Just once the day is over, I just want to be alone.
You want to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you're talking about this women thing, the 100 women and all those ones. Apart from trying to make them stand up like the men and be noticed and be seen in the jobs that men are also doing, is there any other thing you do? Have you been able to mentor the young generation?
Not fully, but people that I get to meet, young ladies that come along my path, people I work with, I keep on telling them what values they need to imbibe in order to stand out. I remember a core member that came to my office, and when I say go and maybe go and look at, maybe I send some of the assistants to go and look at maybe the vehicle or get part, and maybe she wants to see it. I said, no, join them also. Learn about those parts.
Yeah.
Logistics. Learn them. It will be used against you if you don't know them.
Yeah.
So I'll actually tell young, if you see your dad working on a vehicle and so, learn. It won't kill you. Just the way that we are trained that, okay, the male child should be involved in cooking, in cleaning. The female child should also be involved in changing filters and putting fuel in the generators, so that when you find yourself in situations whereby there is no man, you can survive. Everything doesn't just come to a halt because you didn't learn how to. You don't know how to do it.
Okay, that was a great one. I don't see you as I've been all-rounder. Both the men and the female job, you are ready to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's probably the way you actually were brought up and all those. So it's a good one. And I think your younger ones, they look up to you as a big sister that is doing very well, and they want to be like you.
I don't really have younger ones.
Oh, you don't
the
have?
gap. No, I have a younger brother.
Okay.
But the gap is just 2 years.
Okay.
And my family is just 2 years gap between everyone. So.
Okay.
So that whole big brother, big sister stuff, it's just like...
All right, time is really not our friend, but I just want you to give a word to the young ones and people that will be watching you. So what is your advice to both the men, the women, especially the women, because you want the women to stand up and start doing something for themselves. They shouldn't allow the men to bring them down. All right, a word for them. We're rounding up.
For me, I say one thing that's going to change the society and change the nation at large is the attribute of integrity. Both for male and female, we should have a culture of integrity. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. Let white be white, let black be black. We don't need to, we need to change this culture of consistently saying, okay, we just need to fit in, we just need to find a way to, and cut corners. It's not having well of us internationally as a country. And if we continue this way, it keeps on depreciating our values as a people. We wonder, we hear from this country now, Nigerians have been banned from this country. Nigerians' visas have been banned from here. Nigerians can work there because we need to imbibe the values of integrity. Because they sit among us. The foreigners are always coming here. They see the way we do things. Corruption needs to die. It's not something that we just say that, we're used to it. It's a system that needs to be killed because it affects all facets of life. The exporter finds challenges exporting his goods because they doubt the standards that certified that goods and giving it entrance into another country. Nigerian certificates are also viewed with caution. They request that you have to do a certification for you to get the same job that you've spent 5 years for. You go to London, you go to Canada, you go to America, you need to still do another certification because they don't trust our certificates. And would you blame them? No, you won't. We need to fix the issue of integrity.
All right, Faith, that's a great one. Faith Osayema Okun Norobo. Thank you very much for being a part of this wonderful program. Yes, finally, we've come to the end of today's episode of Homefront. I still remain your host, Blessing Omwa Imuze. Until I come your way, same time, same station, please remain blessed. Bye-bye.